If you're struggling in FC25 to get your division rival wins in and get qualified for FUT Champs and also win games in FUT Champs, I have got a crazy formation and set of tactics for you guys that will really help you. Are you tired of having a terrible team on FC25? Well, today I have a solution for you. Welcome to lootbar.gg, the cheapest place to get your coins. Not only are they 8 to 10% cheaper than other competitors, they're also a lot cheaper than FC points. And on top of that, they also give you 5% extra coins with every order. Also, plenty of creators are using Lootbar. Lootbar's reviews are also excellent. They also offer a really fast delivery service, getting you your coins within 30 minutes. And make sure when you are buying your coins that you use Viper at checkout to get an 8% discount. Make sure to go to the pinned comment or the description of this video to get your coins from Lootbar. And just before we do start this video, guys, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate that. This is the formation 4-4-2-2 or 4-4-2 holding, and you might think that this is a bit of a defensive formation, but in actuality it really isn't, and I've really gone off the 4-4-2. In my personal opinion, it's so easy to split that midfield in the 4-4-2 flat, and the two DMs really do make a difference because of the player roles that they do offer there, and it kind of transforms the formation from being a really open formation to a really solid formation. So 4-4-2-2 is a big change from just a standard 4-4-2 flat, in my opinion. Now it's time to talk about the actual custom tactics, guys, and these are very important to follow, so make sure you do stay tuned, and the player roles are the thing that really do make this formation tick, so make sure you stay tuned for them also. So of course, 4-4-2 holding, that is the one with the two central defensive midfielders. Build up style, I have tried counter, I have tried short passing, and we'll start with short passing, and why I don't think this really works too well is you become really one-dimensional, and there's not a lot of options in terms of runs in behind and just general kind of looking to go forward. It's very much tiki-taka orientated, and that is the way you're going to be playing with short passing. It just makes you really boring and doesn't give you a lot of chances unless you're going for finesse plus and also Travellas. And as we talk about counter-attack, I mean, countering is really good in this formation and really good on this game. But once again, it feels very one-dimensional, and you don't have a lot of options if you play this, right? So it's very much looking for the kind of silly mechanics on the game, which is over the tops with long ball pass plus, ping passes, which if you don't have ping plus is terrible, and you really are left defending an awful lot in this tactic, or build-up style, I should say, and not a lot of options or outlets when you are on the break, and I don't really like that, and it always seems like you have to beat a man with a skill move in the counter-attack formation. So for me personally, balance is the best, as you get kind of the counter-attacking opportunities, and you also get the opportunities to play slower with the short passing. It's a bit crazy that we've only got counter, short passing and balance as build-up styles, but balanced is the one that will give you the most freedom, I would say, and also doesn't shoehorn yourself in to playing just one style, which is a bad idea on this game, in my opinion. In terms of the defensive approach, I have tried aggressive, and I've also tried balanced. I really like high now, and the reason I really like high over aggressive is because of chip through balls and how broken they are in this game. They really need nerfing. If you play aggressive, your defensive line is going to be so high at all times that if you come up against someone really good, they're just going to be able to through ball you so easily. More so chip through ball, being so broken, you're just going to get done on them all the time. But also, the aggressive does allow you to catch your position offside an awful lot. But as soon as you play someone really good, you're going to end up getting done by the chip through balls literally 9 times out of 10. And that is no bueno. So high gives you still that very high defensive line, allows you to catch your position offside an awful lot. But it's a little bit deeper to where the chip through balls aren't as powerful, and I experienced this last night. I was on aggressive in this formation, and I'm in Division 1 on this account. This is Road to Glory, and I was just getting done constantly, absolutely done constantly by over the tops, and it's not a lot of fun. So having this at high, as I say, gives you that offside trap opportunity, but also means you're not going to get done every single time on the chip through balls. Balance is also good, but I think you're inviting too much pressure here with balance, and also Travellas and finesse plus is a big problem if you are balanced. Same with deep. If you sit deep, man, you are just going to get absolutely done on the Travellas and finesse plus. So for me personally, high is the best. You can also manually adjust this if you want to try 65, 75. that is also an option for you, but I have found 70 to be really good. And that is how the tactic actually does set up. Of course, the 4-4-2 holding, balanced and high defensive approach. Now I'm going to talk about the player roles, and this is what makes this formation. So please stay tuned so you don't miss out how to actually play with it. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with the goalkeeper, and I've actually found that sweeper keeper is just brilliant on this game. It gives you another option when you are under a lot of pressure, and what often happens on this game, at least in my experience when I'm playing at the high elo, is you have no options at times because of how heavy the press is when you're playing against someone good. That having sweeper keeper plus means that your keeper is always an option to pass back to, which can be really helpful if you are under a crazy amount of pressure. So try this. You might not like it, but it works for me. Just have another option. Of course, if you can have Edison here, I would argue that Edison is the best keeper on the game. I believe he's got sweeper keeper plus, and of course he's got long ball pass plus, so it means every ball that he plays out is going to be really good. But sweeper keeper plus is what I really like. At right back, now you can change this with your left back, you can interchange it if you want. I have got fullback and defend. We've got Di Lorenzo here. He also does have wingback plus, but you can't change that to defend. He has attacking wingback plus, which is really good, but because of my left back, I need to have this card defending, so he is going to be on fullback and defend. Now, we've already talked about this a fair bit on the last tactics video we've done, but defender plus plus or defender plus is the best role for your centre halves, and I've got that with Lenny King. I really recommend this, guys. A no-nonsense centre-back who excels at the basics of defending, that's important, including maintaining the defensive line, which is also really important, especially with that high line that we are playing at 70 depth. And you can actually change him to balanced, which is a bit dangerous. It is good, but I just want my centre-half here to defend, especially when you do look at our left centre-back, which is Jules Koundé. He is on ball-playing defender. Now, this isn't the best role, so you might want to try defender on this again. But for me personally, similar to the goalkeeper, I think it's really important, at least at the high level for me anyway, to have an outlet at centre half as well. So Koundé is always looking to kind of create a little bit of space to be a passing option, which is valuable, guys. It is really important at the high level to have this, because he just kind of separates himself away from the attackers and is an outlet to pass to. And he has good passing as well, to be fair, which is very helpful as well. Try this out, but if you don't like it, just go to Defender Plus or Defender Plus Plus. Of course, you do need to have role pluses basically in every position. The only positions we don't have this in here is the right back and also the left striker. But give this a go, and it's really good just when you're playing against players that put you under insane levels of pressure. So I'd really recommend that you try that, and it works well for me, but it might not be for you, so try changing that if it doesn't work. Our left back. Now, I would really recommend, guys, that you don't play both of your fullbacks on defend. I know a lot of people like doing that, but for me personally, I like one of my fullbacks to be very good attacking wise, and DeMarco isn't only insane attacking wise, he's my favourite fullback on the game, and the reason for that is his crossing's really good, his passing's brilliant, he can score Trivellas for days as well, and that is why he's on attacking wingback plus and balance. You could actually put him on attack here. If you do look at the heat map, you can see that he's going to be taking up a position basically at left wing or left forward essentially, and that's cool, but he is always out of position if you have him on attack. With the balanced, he quite often is available defensively, but when you do start a bit of a contained attack, he will come forward, and he's a great option for you, especially when you look at the left mid that we've got in Rafael Leao. They really do work together, and of course DeMarco's passing is his best asset, and that is so good for playing balls through to Leao on the shoulder, incisive pass, you know, all of that jazz he's really good at. And he also makes really good R1 manual through balls, not manual through balls, I mean the over the tops. Because he's got long ball past Silva, he often finds Perez making the runs on the right hand side. The most important positions in this team, guys, and I really didn't think this was going to be super valuable, but my God, having two DMs that are both on defend is so clutch on this game. Gerrard actually does still get forward for me a little bit, and you kind of have to trigger the runs manually. Same with Sissoko, but this gives you a back six at times. And let me tell you something, man, It is a bit ratty to play this defensively, but it is so important that you have DMs on this game because of how many times you tackle the ball and it bounces back to the opposition. This gives you kind of like a safety net of having them 2 DMs there to initially try and make the tackle. And if they don't, you've got your defenders, in my case, King and Koundé, to kind of cover up for the mess that is the bounce backs on this game. So Sissoko is on holding plus, a pivotal role in modern football. This defensive-minded midfielder focuses on guarding their backline during attacks and covering off against, if I can actually read it, counter-attacks with limited attacking support. Now, the great thing about Sissoko is he is made to be a defensive midfielder. You can even put him on centre-half, right? He is not only a great CDM, he's a great sprayer of the ball because he's got long ball pass plus. And that is why he is so good in this position for me. Because of our 2 wide players, both being on attack focus, he's able to find them balls out to Perez and Leao all the time with that long ball pass plus. So holding plus on one of your CDMs and try and make sure they've at least got long ball pass silver is quite important. Gerrard, one of my favourite players in this team, and he's on deep line playmaker plus and also defend. So this says the key cog to building up the play from the back. That's awesome. This defensively positioned midfielder will often be the catalyst for attacks. His passing is incredible. He's also got very, very good shooting. So if he ever does get into the position to take a shot, his power shots are insane. And he's got great passing across the board, right? He can play good through balls. He's got ping pass silver, I do believe, as well. And long ball pass silver as well. So he is great at kind of firing the ball into Morientes, Diaby, and also spraying the ball out to Perez and Leao as well for us. And this works so well from a defensive standpoint and also from building up the play. As we move on to the wide players, I really am not sure about inside forward plus. I think to make this really good, you need to have someone that's got finesse plus here, right? But the reason I have done this in the way that I have done it, inside forward plus on Leao, he comes inside a little bit more, also makes up like a kind of second striker almost, and then DeMarco is the width down this side, right? So Leao's coming inside a little bit, DeMarco then overlaps him, and then Leao can find that pass back into DeMarco or drive into the space that has been created by DeMarco, kind of filling up that gap where Leao should be. It works really well, even though I'm not the biggest fan of inside forward plus, unless you've got a finesse plus player. I don't want to play him on any of these that aren't a plus, right? So it's important that you do have pluses in almost every position. And of course, he's on attack as well. So if he's on balanced, he drops a little bit deeper and kind of goes into like the number 10 role. But attack, he does go to striker, basically. And that's what you want. You don't really want him defending. Here's your pace. Well, he's my pace in my team. And I need him to be constantly looking to break through the lines. And that is what we've got with Leao. Perez, he is on wide playmaker plus, one of the most underrated roles in my opinion on this game. A creative outlet positioned out wide, but able to move inside to help create chances to unpick defences. Of course, he's got a 4-star weak foot, finesse plus, and his Trivellas are insane as well. And also, you can see here on attack again, with an attack focus, the wide playmaker will move forward and receive passes out wide. So this is very good for spraying the ball out to him from DeMarco, Gerrard and Sissoko. And he is kind of the creative player in the attack. He's got incisive pass silver. I'll try and recommend as well, guys, that you do have players in the right mid and left mid that do have passing play styles, as it can really unlock defences. You know, as I say, incisive pass silver on both Leao and Perez works really well. I would say try as well to get a player here that has finesse plus. It works really well. Even on his 4-star weak foot, it's still really good. And he stays wide, right? Which is good because we don't have the width coming from this side at all because DeMarco is set to defend. So Perez is your entire width here, or the right mid is your width entirely. And wide playmaker plus is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. As we move on to the 2 strikers, first of all, I really recommend you have someone like Fernando Morientes. Darwin Nunez is a good replacement here. And he's on target forward plus. Insane in the air, right? First of all, that is the number one thing for me. He creates an outlet for me if I'm under a crazy amount of pressure. Koundé up to Morientes. He's going to win the knockdown. Perez is going to be there, or Leao is going to be there as well on the inside forward plus. So good in the air, and that is the main key for Morientes. And if you actually look at our kind of forward positions here, we've got a little bit of everything. Morientes is meant to be the goal scorer, but also meant to be the target man, and he's so good in the air that I really value this. And as I say, Darwin Nunez is a great replacement for someone like Morientes. And then we've got Diaby, who is actually not on a role plus, but is in the team entirely for his quick step plus. And just to kind of unlock defences with that sprint boost, he is on advanced forward, which is the best attacking role in my opinion, and also attack as well. You can have him on complete, which is quite cool for Diaby, and you can try that if you've got someone like this who is ultimately a winger playing at striker. We also do this with Leao, but I really like him to stay quite narrow and drive into the spaces with the quick step plus. So it works really well, guys. You're gonna have to take my word for it, as I don't have any gameplay for you right now. But yeah, this got me into Division 1, and this game is super sweaty right now, and I just love this formation, guys. So with the ball here, you can see that DeMarco is going to overlap Leao there, whilst Diaby and Morientes are just playing at striker. Perez coming inside a little bit, but it's still wide. And you've got Sissoko and Gerrard sitting in the middle of the park. And then you've got Di Lorenzo, who comes inside a little bit as well. But often you never really get done down that left-hand side flank at all. And yeah, you just kind of want to set up like this, guys, to be really solid defensively, but also have a lot of options in the attacking sense. Of course, I know a lot of you will probably be reluctant to try a left back on attacking wing back, but I promise you it works an absolute treat. And you really do need the defensive cover on this game, guys, because if not, you're just going to get done by them over the top balls and just the crazy amount of bounce backs on this game. So I really recommend you try this. And of course, if you do want the code, there it is on your screen right now. Go and give this a go. Let me know in the comment section as well what you think to this. And if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, send us a video. But guys, that's going to be it from me for now. So take care.